guys, it's Fred with 1320 Video, and welcome to the first installment of our new video series. It's going to be a monthly wrap-up of what we've been doing the past month, where we're going and what we're doing next month, and all the crazy shit that we see. Normally you'd see me and the rest of the crew at events behind the camera asking people questions. You never really see our faces. So my boss decided, let's put a face in front of the camera. For some reason he picked me, and I don't know why. In this series, we're going to cover 4 things: where we were last month and what we saw of all of our favorite moments, where we're going next month and what events we're going to be at. We're going to read some mean YouTube comments, and then we're going to take some questions from you guys, some Q&A. In this video, we'd normally make it a monthly thing, but since we're already 3 months into the season, we're just going to go over everything we've seen so far and our favorite moments. First clip we're going to show you is our buddy Miles Integra. I'm not a real fan of Hondas particularly, but Miles' car is pretty badass. It's a 950 wheel horsepower Honda, and he took down to Texas to do some roll racing at TX2K, and he surprised everybody by taking down a twin turbo R8 that was like 1250 horsepower. So here's that clip.
Holy shit! Miles just fucking won!
So TX2K was kind of a cool event to be at for GTR guys. AMS always brings their badass cars out. They had Alpha Omega there and Alpha G. Alpha Omega held the record for the US quarter-mile record. T1 came and they broke the record with a 743 at 196 miles an hour. And then a week later, I think, ETS broke that record with a 732 at 196 miles an hour. So that was pretty cool. So we were down in Tulsa for an event called Radial Revenge. Keith Haney brought his car, the Enigma, down there. It's a 6th gen Camaro. It's a nitrous car, really badass car. He unfortunately didn't have a great weekend. He had a couple passes, but one of them, car got loose. If it wasn't for the wheelie bar, the car probably would have went over the wall and flipped a bunch, but thank God he didn't. And just a little bit of minor damage on the car, and I think they're getting it fixed, and it's going to be at the next radial race coming up. Up next, we went to Phoenix for some little bit of fun. We took a couple of the cars across the border to Mexico, did some racing. A couple of the big cars that came out was an Evo, a couple Civics, and again, I'm not a Honda guy. And then there was I'm going to say it was a badass MR2, and it had a K20 swap with a turbo, and I think it made at the time about 700 wheel horsepower. And like I said, I'm not a Honda guy, but that car impressed the shit out of me. It had the sequential dog box, and it was just a badass car. While we were down in Tulsa for Radial Revenge, the radial record happened to get broken 4 different times. So Dwayne Mills came and broke the record with his Camaro. He ran a 385 at 209. Then the Bad Niner crew broke the record 3 times after that. First run was a 384 at 197. Second run was a 382 at 197. And the last run was a 381 at 198. So that was pretty badass to see. I actually won $1 off of Kyle because I said they were going to break the record again, and he didn't believe me. So he had to PayPal me $1. While we were down there in Tulsa, one of my favorite stories from there was Fletcher Cox. He had a badass twin 102mm Fox body he brought there. I don't know if you guys know this, but Fletcher Cox is a defensive lineman for the Eagles. So in the off season, he manages and runs the race car. He travels around the country to radial races and whatnot. So you guys have heard of the Cuddy, you guys seen Andrade on Street Outlaws. Badass car, badass dude. We went down to Wichita to film No Prep Mayhem. The first pass down the track is always pretty sketchy on a no prep surface. Cuddy got a little swirly on him, went into the wall. It wasn't that bad though, he wasn't going too fast yet, and it messed up the front end and crushed a couple boost pipes. He's gonna get it back up and running. It's gonna be at events very soon. So we went down to Florida for Streetcar Takeover Orlando. Justin brought down his LSX Willys. He made one pass off nitrous. The next pass was on nitrous, and that wasn't too good for him. He put a nice big hole in the block, and a week later, he put another hole in the block and another motor. I don't know what he's gonna do to the next motor, but I'm hoping he builds it, because this is getting kind of ridiculous, Justin. You need to step your game up. If you're not familiar with LSX Willys or follow him on social media, that was his 6th motor, so he's on lucky number 7 for Indianapolis. So if you're going to be there, keep a close eye to him, because you might see another motor blow up.
As video editors, we come across some pretty not so awesome comments to read, so we're going to read those off to you right now. You fucking asshole idiots. What does this have to do with Ford, you dickheads? Zero zippo, nothing whatsoever, you bunch of big-time wannabe losers, LOL. What the fuck? I don't know what to say to that. What's a loser? Alright, next. Cars aren't made in hell, retard. Alex the milkman, I bet you're not a milkman. Next please. From Joe DiCarlo. Roll racing is gay. You're gay. Next. Fags and fagmobiles. Jesus Christ. Must be talking about Mustangs or something. I don't like that one. LOL, pathetic and slow. What do you want from us? What more can we give this guy? It's a 2,500 horsepower GTR. I mean, these are cars, man. That's fast. From Dean Conway. Dean says, I know the car is fast, but it looks like a downsy monkey trying to fuck a football coming off the line. Yeah, I've never seen that before, Dean. It's pretty fucked up.
All right, first question is from DrewStang98. What does everybody on the 1320 crew drive? I have a couple Volkswagens, so that's pretty lame. Seth here has a Volkswagen. It's a big turbo car. It's still slow. Stinson has an STI that he never drives. That's like 500 horsepower. Jacob has a Datsun 510. It's really clean. Matt is he's a rotard and he's got FC. I don't know exactly what's done to it, but it's built a little bit. Kyle has the ZR1, so there you go. Do all of you live in the same house? You might think that, but no, we all just go over to Kyle's house all the time. Why you see a lot of us in one house. We're actually at Kyle's house right now, and Kyle's in Australia, so it's kind of like a 1320 family. Panther Banana asks, what does 1320 stand for? We actually get this question more often than you'd think. 1320 is how many feet is in a quarter mile. We got our start by filming that kind of stuff and some street racing. The next question is from JCD Supa 15. Whatever happened to 3DX Evo? I thought that car was super badass and haven't seen it since. The owner, Chase, he sold it to a guy overseas. The guy had it for a couple years, and from what I understand, he parted it out, so the car is no more. All right, guys, so for the month of May, I'm gonna tell you guys the events we're gonna be at. Kyle currently is in Australia for the Motive DVD drag battle. It's a whole bunch of GTRs, R32s, 3s, 4s. I think maybe some even really old ones are gonna be there. So May 6th and 7th, we're gonna be in Indianapolis for Streetcar Takeover. We're also gonna be in Texas for American Outlaws. It's a $75,000 big tire race. Pretty much all the big tire cars that you know of off of Street Outlaws. Big Chief, Murder Nova, Kai Kelly, Daddy Dave's gonna be there. If you're in Texas, go check that out. May 14th, we have our I-29 No Prep. That's pretty local to here. It's a no prep race here in town. That weekend as well, a couple of us are going to Georgia for the half-mile shootout. May 21st, we'll Grudge Inc. in Iowa. We're gonna be there for a race in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Then May 27th, 28th, we're going to St. Louis for Streetcar Takeover. That weekend as well, we're going to Freakin' Reekin' Grudge Shootout in Alabama. I don't know if that's the official name of it, but that's what's in our schedule. So that's gonna do it for May. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed getting to meet some of the crew. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, all that. If you guys have any questions for the crew, send them to either Snapchat or Twitter, or post them below in the comments, and we'll get to them for next time. We'll see you then.
A new series called the Monthly Wrap-Up Video. Stinson's in the house. We also have Jacob here and Sethington as well.
I personally hate Hondas, but Miles is pretty badass. Just say this and this and this, and then I sound like I'm on fucking Street Outlaws before you know it. What we're down? Weil. How now, brown cow?
It's Fletcher Cox.
It's a 5-2. I deserve that. I deserve that.
Whoa! Whoa! Woo! That was scary. Ah! I'm about to open this up like I opened up my fly, which is really nice and slow. You didn't want Mama to... Careful where you're aiming that thing. I made sure to go low, so make sure you don't hit my eye.